Text Noli. Let her know.
Okay, you are live. You are live.
We're live.
Dude.
YouTube changed their app.
Oh.
It's all right. I'll figure it out.
YouTube doesn't know you're live yet.
I found it.
Well, your YouTube studio hasn't found it.
I'm going to pause that so I don't have the echo.
All right, let me go this way. People, hey. 0.357.
Now my headset's not working.
Beats.
Sorry. My bad.
You are live, says AK Lady. Freedom. Greetings, Lacey, Dr. Drone, Sethman, DJ1. What's up? I'm trying to fix my thumbnail.
Hey, Lacey.
That one is, oh my god.
Dr. Okay, lady. Just Setman, what? What?
Thumbnail. Because it takes a picture and doesn't tell me when to take a picture. So it's an amazing thumbnail.
Yeah.
Right now. Yes. I have to fix it. Oh, sheesh.
See, this was up. Many Pants, Happy Quails, John, Chris,
Fuck me.
Chris the Zeal Writer, Strim Elements Robot, hi. Daniel, 357.
You have to say hi to Alan. All right, let me fix this.
United Watcher,
Where did it go?
Pepperoni, what's up? Hello. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this so you can
What?
run that.
I'm trying to find my thumbnail. It's so cute.
Okay.
All right.
Do.
I don't know if it works, but there you go. Okay. What's up, people? Wow.
What?
Just people. Oh, I didn't text Nolan. You talk to the people.
Okay. You can throw the panel link in.
Oh, okay.
Stream.
Copying. Motivating. Boom.
Having a hangout
Sing
session. Hanging out with you peeps.
Word.
Anybody catch the title? Did you actually get the thumbnail?
I think so. It says it was, I don't know. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's there.
All right. Cool.
It's way better than our
Odd camera shot.
Yeah. There we go, guys. Thumbnail is up. All right. I tossed the link to the panel into the chat. So
We don't have any.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
They want to know if any of your mail was forwarded from the prison or jail.
We haven't received any of that yet. Oh.
Let's see.
You know, we could do one of those topics we have for video ideas.
I thought about that too, and then I forgot to get it out.
Like that.
Like last.
Yeah.
Turtle Brain Guy says here. Duncan, DC Agistry, Pepperoni Audits, Marita, Constitution Laws Truth. Oh wait, that's the question.
So, you can put the panel thing there again if you want.
Okay. You said that, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Panel link. Yeah. What you doing now?
Ideas.
That's fine. I can do the matrix discussion if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna get your. You want tea?
No. I'm good. Got water.
Water. Fish pee in it.
Fish pee. Not in this water, they don't.
Okay.
This water's purified.
It is. I'm super slow.
I was thinking if you want, you can try and play the.
Red dress?
Yes. Exactly.
How did I know what he was going to say?
How did you know what I was gonna say? That's just weird.
It's just so weird. I must not be a real human.
It's like we've been together for a couple decades or something. Where I don't even we didn't even discuss this before going live. We didn't really make a plan for anything.
No, we didn't. We're just like, hey, you want to go live? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go hang out with our peeps.
Yeah. Hey, super sticker. Thank you. Oh gosh, Eric Brandt.
For anything.
No, we didn't. We're just like, hey, you want to go live? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go hang out with our peeps.
Yeah. Oh geez. Hey, super sticker. Thank you. Oh gosh, Eric Brandt.
For anything.
No, we didn't. We're just like, hey, you want to go live? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Greetings. Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Oh geez. Hey, super sticker. Thank you. Oh gosh, Eric Brandt.
For anything.
No, we didn't. We're just like, hey, you want to go live? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Greetings. Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Oh geez. Hey, super sticker. Thank you. Oh gosh, Eric Brandt. I'm gonna.
Damn, was that me or y'all? Dude, that was crazy.
That's the Eric Brandt. So I'm gonna take this out because he is usually the Eric Brandt show. And if that is Eric Brandt, he's welcome to come back. But I don't think that was actually Eric Brandt. I think that was a fake.
Hi.
Hi, Risk Disabled Writer is in the house.
Hello.
This is the first time I've ever done this.
Welcome.
Well, you got the first part out of the way.
That's right.
You made it.
Oh, I've been fighting the trolls on your behalf a bit too much. They scare me, honestly. I can't believe the things people keep saying one that I don't believe. They keep on thinking you're not blind. They really don't even know what the definition of legal blindness is, let alone how to tell what the difference is. There's a lot of YouTubers who actually are legally blind saying this is the one thing that people keep saying. That's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very common. If you go basically any blind YouTuber on YouTube and you're going to have trolls in the comments telling them they're not blind. Some of them literally have no organic eyeballs. They'll pull out prosthetic eyeballs on camera and be like, okay, guys, I don't know how else to.
I'm not even just talking about them telling you on the comments, the trolls. I'm talking about in person.
Oh yeah.
You can see. That's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like telling me because I can drive, I don't have a single disability. That doesn't make sense. Or I've heard the most common one in my lifetime. You're too smart to be disabled.
Yeah. Or I'm not disabled because I can walk. I'm disabled, not dead.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like somebody with prosthetic leg or legs, because I've got some friends that have two prosthetic legs, and so they walk on prosthesis. If they have pants, you may not be able to tell that.
Oh yeah.
Like tell them, oh, you're not missing legs, you're walking.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem. People I've heard people that have service dogs being told you're not blind, so why do you have a service dog?
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
You saw a guide dog the other day, didn't you?
I did. Well, it had the guide dog harness. It just didn't have a vest that said guide dog, but it was. I'm pretty confident it was a guide dog. Eric Brandt did a pineapple, and he's back.
All right.
And I texted him, and he said it's him. So.
Right. That's good. But I want to say this, Miss Justice. That's good that you took him down because you wasn't 100%. So you're learning very, very quick. I got porn bombed a couple of times before I learned to, hey, somebody better be texting me or you better show your face on camera before I bring you up anymore. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Just saying. That's true. Absolutely true.
Big Earl wants me to add him to the stream.
Am I no Big Earl?
By the way, I think the pineapple's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, darling.
Evidently, Eric Brandt can't talk, or is he muted, or what? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Eric.
Okay, I can talk now.
Oh, there you go.
Greetings. Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Hey.
Kind of stuff, I forget that.
Pineapple is hilarious.
There is going to be a police accountability report interview coming out shortly. Not tonight, but I think this week sometime. So stay posted for that.
Nice shirt, Jeff.
He has a top shirt. He's
yeah?
not super special.
Yeah, I wonder
I
where I
washed
got
it.
that.
I'm
Is
gonna,
it the OG?
Clean.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
add
smells
big girl
good.
to the
Okay.
panel. Come on down. I don't know what I'm looking at. Hi. Okay, there you are.
Hi, big girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Big girl, are you developing in film right now? Because it's mighty red over there.
It is red.
That's what I like it.
Well, does anyone on panel
Read.
have anything, I don't know, titillating they want to discuss?
Can I talk
I would
about
like
my
to talk to
No.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Earl. I'm sorry.
I was something to talk to Chief Little Cop. That that was a great name, Eric. I loved it, man.
That's Chief Eagle fucking Cop. That's my new name.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I
Wow.
apologize.
Sorry about the cam part. I just don't like my hair.
Yeah, me either. I don't like your hair either. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. But before you all continue, I got a couple
This is
questions
why
in the
I'm
chat
pineapple.
about my foot. It wasn't broke. My foot is not broke. I tore ligaments in my foot. Yeah, and they said that's even worse. And it's going to take longer to heal.
Really?
Yeah, if it would have been a broken,
Why?
I would have broken a bone. It'd probably be a couple weeks. But hey, I got a big ass boot that I can wear, so I'll be up and running before you know it.
Running? You want to run with me?
No, I don't. My running days are way gone. Just saying. Unless you want to pick me up when I fall down. I mean, that's cool too.
According to the prosecutor, like I was free to run from the cops. You know.
Yeah, I heard about that. That
How
is
in the
so.
world does a
Well, okay,
blind man run
what would have
from a
happened?
cop?
I-
That's my
We would have got
question.
shot. That's what
Yeah,
would've
you right. Y'all would have got shot, tased.
I can tell you
And
Well,
you didn't. Yeah.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
it's actually in the Madison Police Department's policies and procedures that they say that they are justified in using lethal force anytime somebody tries to flee from them.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I'll send it to you guys so you can see it, or maybe you can pull it up. I don't know if you can pull it up, but
You need to put that on the appeal paperwork.
it's insane. It's insane. Like it doesn't specify, if they're being arrested for a felony, or if there's being arrested for some kind of violent crime. It just is it's carte blanche,
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Well,
crazy.
I
It's
tell you
also
from personal
assuming
experience.
that you actually were fleeing and not actually allowed to run in the first place. So that the prosecutor is confused on that.
Yeah.
How old is that law or the policy, Mike? Is that been in there since the dawn of time, or
Well,
is it a new one?
I don't know how long it's been there. I do know that it was current as of the changing of the guard with the chief of police, and
Right.
that's one of the things that I've been trying to talk to them about since February, because we got their policies, and I want to talk about their use of force policy and all kinds of other things. I sent them an abbreviated version of what I want to discuss, and they want me to spell out exactly what I would like to change, like in what manner. They want me to basically gut their policy and rewrite it for them before they will agree to have a meeting with me to discuss how to change the policy.
Right, because it's illegal to plow your field with an elephant in North Carolina, right?
I knew there was something about an elephant.
Yeah.
What if I I'm afflicted with elephantitis, and I use my
Oh.
scrotum to plow my field.
Right. Well, I'm just saying it's in the books, man. And that sounds like a one of those laws, just like the policies and procedures that makes no freaking sense, right? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
There's one I found that still is being done. That's insane. Paying disabled people less than minimum wage because they're disabled, literally.
Wow.
And that's not only legal, but the companies that pay them are the ones that are nonprofit. So they're getting money to pay them less than minimum wage, as low as $1 an hour.
That's crazy.
Let me ask everybody, have you heard that you can resist an illegal arrest?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to say that.
I heard that.
There's good case law for that. That was even brought up in that mockery of a trial on the 23rd.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you about my experience with that. I was arrested for trespassing on my own property, and the police officer had to be there when I got home.
It sounds like North Carolina.
It's Virginia, and anyway, me and him got into a little tussle, and I left him laying. But I went and called the police and told him where he was. I got put in jail for a year and a year probation.
Hey, Earl, your microphone is real choppy, like robotic. I don't know if you want to try
to. You were convicted?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were actually convicted for that?
Absolutely. I spent a year in jail. I had nothing more record at all. They put me for a year and a year probation.
Oh my God, that sounds ridiculous.
God, the justice system is working.
Yeah, no shit.
And
so, find that.
And the judge wouldn't accept the resisting the arrest unlawfully because the officer was called there by a neighbor that seen me there with a flashlight. We was coon hunting. And that's how it all started. And the cop started to pull his gun and I ducked him and left him laying there. But I did call the police to tell them where he was. And that was my mistake. I should have left the bastard laying. I told on myself.
That's ridiculous.
I got a year. Well, it's Southwest Virginia.
It's bad enough when they call resisting arrest for actually assaulting the cop or whatever. But when you're not doing anything, when you're just not helping them put you in handcuffs, that's not resisting.
Right.
Not telling them that your name is not resisting. I do not understand that.
Yeah.
When you're the one with more bruises than the cop should be in jail, not you. It just makes no sense. I don't care even if they had a reason to arrest you or not. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't do it for resisting. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, let me. If you got that clip,
that's truly ridiculous.
A 4.5 minute one.
Okay, yeah, we may stop this early, but she's gonna share a little video. I have no idea what the copyright is on this. It's a clip from the movie The Matrix, and we don't really care. But we'll play it and then discuss it. And really, I want you guys to. I'm gonna preface this with kind of approach to, I don't know, activism or how we can help humanity. Kind of have that in your head, and if you want to mute your mics while this plays, so we don't have any like echo. Hopefully, she's gonna get the audio going.
You guys throw a 1 in the chat. Let me know there's audio. Okay, here we go.
The Matrix is a system, Neil. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around. What do you see? Teachers, lawyers, carpenters. The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. Are you listening to me, Leo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was, again.
Oh.
What is it? This isn't the Matrix, no. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them. You are they, sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to the system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no. We survive by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers.
Yeah, there you go. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because I have a lot that I'd like to share, but anybody want to take a swing at that?
Kind of familiar.
Risk disabled writer, I muted you because I think you were typing. So you can unmute and speak. It's totally fine.
I think it reminds me of that Plato's Cave, I think it was called. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Everyone think is shadows, and you don't. All you see is what they let you see, and not what is actually real.
Exactly. Yeah. No. The Matrix, at least the first movie, is a wonderful modern day depiction of Plato's Cave. Where if you're not familiar with the plot, like people are enslaved by machines, like they're grown like in pods, and they live their life in a pod because they're used, their energy like is used as batteries for the machines, and they're in this fictitious world, this program called the Matrix, and they don't know they're slaves. They think they're free. They think they're doing good things with their life and whatever, and but they're so plugged into the system that anything that challenges it, like they will fight to the death to defend their masters, and yeah, I think it's a great, like you said, it's a great modern day metaphor for Plato's Cave.
Even in Plato's Cave, he points out that they would kill the guy who comes on outside. Basically, he was referencing Socrates' death because Socrates was his teacher.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And so I want to know what you guys' thoughts on this, and Eric may not want to chime in. I don't know if he's still here, but
he is. He has a tattoo on his face now.
I'm still here.
We've
He's
talked.
kind of freaking me out, man.
We've talked briefly about kind of changing approach to activism. Like, I think we've not just our work, but many people's work has demonstrated that the system is not going to change. It's not. We may make small steps, but it's like this all-encompassing beast. And if we change the approach, and this is going to sound callous and heartless, but referencing that movie, like The Matrix, like as they go into the Matrix, like they keep going back to liberate people, right? So the mission is to liberate people, right? To get them unplugged, to get them to choose the red pill. But in the process of fighting for liberation, there's countless people still plugged in that become casualties, right? Because they take up arms against their liberators. They take up arms against people that would come to help them be free, to defend their masters. So it's not that we don't feel the weight of that loss when they happen to be a casualty of the battle for freedom. It's how effective are you if you stop to mourn every casualty? And they're in that movie, they're real callous. Like there's collateral damage left and right because they, just like in that clip, Morpheus says, well, they're plugged in, so ingrained in that they are actively enemies, of freedom. And yeah, I don't know. I struggle with that. But I think that approach may be a more valid approach to focus more on liberating individuals, helping people, offer them the opportunity to take the red pill and free themselves, versus trying to change the system that is, I don't think, ever going to be changed. So, thoughts?
Well, I would say it's 100% spot on. The system is so horribly broken that the only thing we can do to fix it is to reset the matrix. And if the people that are so plugged into the system that they will do nothing but lick the boots, well, then I'm sorry, I have absolutely no sympathy, and they are merely casualties. They are casualties of a war that they should have made better choices in. Not my fault. It's my problem, but I'm not going to let it stop me.
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm not advocating for any violent action against people. Just in a war of ideology, a war for your soul, a war for your freedom of just humanity, and that kind of thing. I mean, you just go back through history whenever you have somebody that rises up and challenges the status quo and actually has a following and it speaks truth. The status quo, those in power, get afraid that that's going to change. People are going to fundamentally turn against them, and they're going to realize it's just the Wizard of Oz. Just some dude behind a curtain. The emperor is wearing no clothes, and then it usually ends up very violent end for the person that's speaking truth.
That's right. And that's
mind.
The problem.
Yeah.
So I have a trial on Tuesday, and that trial on Tuesday is a felony trial for me singing bad girl, what you're going to do. What you're going to do when the fuck the bad cops guy comes for you. They've charged me with threatening a judge. Right. So, and on Thursday, I have
the fact that you're charged. I'm laughing at the song.
Right. And so on Thursday, I have a motions hearing for a case where they charged me with harassment. They tried to charge me with sexual solicitation of minors. And I'm going to tell you what it was. Rusty's collar broke. And I took him into Walmart to get him fitted for a new collar, right? They make a lot of different collars. I need to put a collar on. The manager of the Walmart told me that I can't have a dog in there. Yeah. So I said, oh, God forbid I should have a fucking wiener dog in a Walmart. And for just 25 cents, you can stroke my wiener. So at this...
Oh, shit.
I'd like to interject real quick.
Seriously.
I do have a picture that I shot from Eric's when he was kind enough to let me be under his roof one night. I had to snap a picture of me stroking his wiener, Rusty Roo. That dog was amazing.
This is why, and this is for Kathy Mabe. I see she's in here. This is for the rest of the bootlickers there in North Carolina, anywhere else. I have absolutely zero scruples doxing your family, posting pictures of your children online, or going to your schools and engaging in a public education campaign. Too bad, so sad. Get your education, teach your kids before I do. I'm no longer tolerant. If you're going to back the blue, when they're going to arrest me for saying, oh, and for just 25 cents, you can stroke my wiener dog. Then your children deserve every bit of education I give them. And I don't give a flying fuck how you feel about it. Promise. There was more education in Madison County last week than they have had in the last 10 years. They had discussions at the dinner table. They educated those children before I educated those children. I was the topic of discussion, and that was the purpose of the work. So, Kathy, if you're still plugged into the Matrix, then you can't say we didn't warn you.
Yes, I am a
Who's
turtle.
the turtle?
I am a turtle.
I thought it was Eric.
Can I ask?
I thought you were Eric in court. I'm sorry.
Wrist disabled writer. I can barely hear you.
I can't really hear anyone. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
My question is, can I ask a question about the about what happened this Friday?
No.
Can you ask a question about what? I missed. You're kind of breaking in and out for us here.
The trial.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Are you appealing it, or are you going to ask for a trial by jury? I heard that's possible in the state. In your state.
Yeah. So there's a lot of.
I'm gonna mute. Oh, she's moving. Where's that?
The crackling stuff is kind of getting me.
What is happening?
There's two turtles on the panel.
Yeah, she asked about the appeal. I think is what she was asking about.
Yeah, I got it. We were just having
Okay.
some audio problems on our end.
I don't know
I
who's
got
crackling.
Yeah, I hear fractals on everyone.
All right, I'm gonna start muting people for a minute. You guys, don't be offended if I mute you. Carry on.
So with the court process here in North Carolina, as far as I know, which is not much, they do district court in order to, I guess, increase revenue and screen people out. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm guessing that the majority of people go through district court and get a guilty, whether they plead guilty for some kind of deal or they just get rendered a guilty verdict. And then, a small number of people will appeal it. And that process is you have to file for an appeal and it goes basically trial de novo. So it just sets it back to a status of you go to superior court and are tried again, but you have a jury, and that previous trial with the district court, I don't think any of that can be used or introduced. So I think that counts for like testimony and anything that was filed. I could be wrong. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm trying to learn it, but that's my understanding of it. It basically resets, starts over with a superior court judge and a jury. So that's the next step, is filing that appeal and getting the trial de novo in the superior court.
Hey, I need to drop off. Can I interject real quick with one comment before I go?
Yeah.
I'd just like to thank you for what you do in this community and being out there. And I heard you speaking earlier of maybe, I'm paraphrasing, but changing the message, but delivering the same message to try to open the eyes or remove the blinders of some people to get it out there better. And I respect that. It's so good to see the cross support with Eric and Jeff, with carrying your signs there, and they're coming back, vice versa, that cross community support. But respect to all of you, and I love you, Jeff, Eric. Awesome to meet you, and Blind Justice. I support you 100. Y'all be good at it.
All right. Thank you. You have a good one.
Right on. Thank you, HRP News.
Right on.
Thanks, HPR.
Later.
Right on.
I'm gonna head.
Eric,
That was my main question.
Eric's mocking me.
I'm gonna head to. That was my main question. Okay.
Mocking who?
Oh, bye.
Who's that?
What's the table writer left?
Fire
just
Super
having
Writer.
some
Audio, yeah,
audio
audio
issues.
problems. Anybody else that wants to join the panel can win the space. We just
I
had
got
2 people
some
drop,
space.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link back in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that. What is that actually? How does that actually look and play out for the future of our activism? I don't know. We still haven't parsed that out yet. I think conceptually, and this is more just an idea more than practice. It's trying to use the platform of YouTube and other platforms to try to make a red pill that people can choose to take or not take, and that may or may not include, me out on the streets or in buildings. I don't know. It just depends on what's happening. We've taken breaks from activism, and there's big gaps on the channel, like months and months. But then I get wind of people suffering in the cave and the injustices that people are enduring, and something in me won't allow me to stay quiet. And so then I get more active again. And that's what activism is about. I don't know. There's different ways of doing it. And so we're exploring different options. So.
See, that's my problem. I just don't have patience for people that bully or intimidate us. I lose my cool way too easy. Yeah, but I watch videos and I'm really impressed with the way that you control your emotions. I wish I was more like that. But I want you to know, Blind Justice, I'm about 3 hours and 40 minutes from your home. And if you need anything at any time, brothers, let me know.
I appreciate it, Earl. Thank you.
And I've got a lot of vets that I've caught them up on your issue, and they're not too happy with it going on either. So me and some boys can make the trip to Madison pretty fast.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Right on, Big Earl. Hell yeah. And that was the bottom left turtle talking, if you didn't know.
Jeff and Eric have now become
I'll tell you, man, I'm going to have to. I am going to
The right turtle.
so much.
Choose the right turtle.
Man.
Choose the right turtle. And Carolina Guardian has entered the panel.
Hey, what's up, Casey?
Not much. I just wanted to let Big Earl know that I did find that law in North Carolina, State versus Mobley. I think it's Mobley.
Mobley, probably.
Yeah, I've been posting it in the chat every so often so people can see it. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, guys.
Is that the case law for resisting an unlawful arrest?
Yes, it is.
Right on there.
Thank you, buddy. Have you did Pepperoni or you guys get anything back?
Oh, it's bullshit.
Ben?
I didn't catch that, Blind Justice.
I said, did you or Pepperoni hear anything back from Ben?
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we ain't. He don't want to start that fire.
You'd be surprised, man.
Okay, whatever.
You're gonna be up here Monday, right?
Yes, I will. I'll be up there Monday. I got that court date, and I really want to record that city council meeting. Is it?
It's a county commissioners meeting, so it's Rockingham County commissioners.
Even better.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I will be there.
6:30 p.m. November 2nd.
Awesome. Now here's a question. People who don't live in the county, are we allowed to speak?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
If y'all recall, I don't know, maybe you don't recall, me and Miss Justice went up to a council meeting and I spoke. Y'all remember that? Y'all probably don't remember that, huh?
Honestly, no.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember
The
main one I remember is when Blind Justice took that caution tape up there and told him to clean up the trash.
That's constitutionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and I think Mike, I don't remember where Mike was at the time. But we went up there. I don't forgot where it was at now, to be honest with you. Was it Greensboro?
Yeah, it
Had to be Greensboro.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. It was pretty interesting.
So let me say something about speaking at these meetings. The question is, and it sometimes arises that they will try to restrict people who don't live in the community. This actually does happen occasionally. You have the right to free speech. You have the right to address your government. And your government exists wherever government is imposing itself upon you. So if you have interest in a community, then you have the right to speak about that community and about the governance of that community. So the fact that you come to speak at a meeting implies that you have a legitimate interest. So if they try to restrict you from speaking, you immediately slap them with a lawsuit. You don't delay, you go file it the next day. Period.
What about what happened to Justin Pullman?
I like that quote.
They wouldn't let Justin Pullman speak no more at the meetings. They actually passed a vote.
Well, I would presume that I think that he's going to probably sue them for that. And Justin actually has the education, the time, and the means to do it. So I would expect Leon Valley, it's going to take years before Leon Valley figures out how wrong they are. But remember that it took the Nazis 7 years to figure out that they were Nazis. And the only reason they figured it out is because they were actually good at it.
Well, let's not forget Justin also got a brick and mortar store in the Leon Valley, so he could speak in those meetings.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, he's absolutely got an interest. Justin's going to own Leon Valley.
Yeah, that was some good news this week out of there. That the charges against James Freeman were dropped, both the misdemeanor and the felony charge, and then the federal court judge basically unfroze the federal lawsuit and allowed it to go forward. So,
great, that is great.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm going to stop smoking so much, man. These damn turtles and stuff's freaking me out.
What turtle? Oh, that turtle.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe Cole in here.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, they're having a conversation. It's nothing I want to address that I see. Hold on. I'm looking for them. I have to find it. Look around this back and forth. We've always. Oh my God.
Has anybody checked up on any polling stations near them?
None of ours is open quite yet. I think they're going to be open Monday.
Yeah.
They're only doing a 1 day early voting, at a poll, like at a fire station and stuff like that. But other than that, no.
Yeah, I think early voting is open in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think you're right. Harnett County Board of Elections, I think, is holding some polling. It's got some polling stations. Remember, Blind Justice? We went to one of those. You remember you wanted to try out the machine. Did you ever go back? You remember that?
Don't remember it, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We remember we went, shoot, I don't remember what county it was. I'm pretty sure it was Greensboro. We went in and got some records requests, and you wanted to inspect the machine to that you use for blind people. And they said it hadn't been unboxed yet. They had to set it up first.
You might have Rockingham.
It may have been Rockingham. Yeah,
I can. I need to brush up on the legalities surrounding the polling place. So don't hit me with something stupid for just going to ask questions. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I remember, and I don't even know how I remember this, man. I swear I don't, because my memory is as bad as anybody's. But I do remember going out there with you to several different places like that. And I got something around here I'm gonna check out.
Yeah.
I don't.
You can even do it, on behalf of the visually impaired. Like, take your own headset. Like I have my headset. This is Bluetooth, but also has a cable adapter that I can plug in. So you can take a cabled headset with you and ask to inspect it, like you said, just on behalf of the visually impaired. Like,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You can reference me if you want. Say, I've got a blind friend, and I just want to know if this is this polling station is up and running, and if it's accessible. And
yeah, there you
if
go.
you really wanted to test it out, like just like blindfold yourself or close your eyes and try it.
Yeah, no doubt. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mike, I had a question for you. Are you being harassed at your home any at all?
Being harassed at the home, is that the question?
At your home, yeah.
Yeah. It's lessened since coming back from prison, but
right.
Yeah, that was one of the main concerns. They took me to some undisclosed location and wouldn't allow me to speak with anyone out here, like family. She actually took the family out of town, like out of the county, for safety, while they had me, locked in a isolation.
Next time it happens and it's and with you, I've got some friends and we will make a trip.
Got some friends in low places there, Earl?
Got a few, brother.
I hear you, man. It's always nice to have those.
Yeah, it's interesting. We hear things through the grapevine locally, like people, stuff will come back, through different channels, or somebody will tell us that somebody told them that, we had somebody parked at our house or parked in a driveway, and so it's.
Well, it kind of spooked me. With Miss Justice was on that night, and I was thinking to myself, there she is herself, and that idiot was giving your address out left and right, and it just worried me. But I just couldn't believe the town was acting like that.
Yeah.
I added Joe Cool to the panel. Joe, I muted you for a second. You can unmute yourself.
What's up, Joe?
It's okay. How you guys doing, man?
Hey.
I didn't hear a word.
Oh,
I
shit,
saw Jeff.
cool.
And
I'm glad
I
to
know
firing
what
up.
you guys are talking about.
I missed you, Joe. Earl was talking over you. Earl, can you hear Joe?
I say I didn't hear what you guys.
Yeah, I just lit one up for you, Joe.
I thought I saw Jeff in there. That's fucking Eric.
We have Eric and Jeff and now Eric's in Octagon. All right.
Earl said, "I'm firing one up for you, Joe." That's what he said.
Oh, I like
you,
that
Earl,
one.
But I'm on top
That's
of that.
a good
Earl.
one, Jeff.
How's the Windy City?
It's cold, but I just left Colorado, so everything's put in proper perspective now.
Hey, no, you didn't, Joe. You just didn't leave Colorado, did you? Come on, man.
Did. I think I got back yesterday, Jeff. How long you been home?
Hey, you blowed, so you don't even know where you at right now, do you?
You're right. I'm very high. I just smoked the last Colorado shit.
I figured. Oh, that Kush, huh? That presidential Kush.
The presidential shit. I just smoked the last of it.
Yeah, I heard that.
Joe Cool, can I ask you this question?
Sorry, go ahead.
I saw you doing some shooting with Liberty Bird and 303 Cop Block, and I just want to ask, tell me, that's not the first time you had to shoot, is it? Coming from Chicago, that was kind of second nature for you, wasn't it?
As Bird, he'll tell you about my grouping. As Bird.
Hey, but it was funny though because they showed not one of the targets that Joe Cool shot at. I think he missed it, and they just didn't want to make him look bad. That's my theory.
Hey, Earl,
was it hard to shoot at a stationary object?
Go ahead, Blind Justice.
No, I was just gonna ask Earl if you would mind stepping down, so we got some people waiting to pop up on the panel.
Oh, y'all can take me
I'll
down,
step
man.
down. Let me step down.
Yeah, you can take whoever.
I'll be listening. I'll step down here.
Wait, Eric,
Yep.
you don't leave, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can take me down, man. That's fine.
What? No.
What up, y'all?
I'll
What's
go,
up?
people. That's all right.
Oh well, shit. You got fucking two of the guys that was with me in Denver on the panel. So you guys were probably talking about that already. Me, Jeff, and Eric spent the night together. I'm sure that's the topic of discussion. Who did what and who went in the middle.
And we spooned all night.
I have kept to my word. I promised I wouldn't say anything, and I haven't said anything about it.
Secrets out now.
Yes,
What
it
happens
is.
in the desert stays in the desert.
We stayed at Eric's place, and I saw his neighbor's goat. I rubbed him, which I didn't think I would do, and pigs. I rubbed
the goat. He rubbed the goat.
I did. I rubbed the goat.
He rubbed more than that, didn't he, Eric? I think, didn't he rub your wiener too? Dog?
I
Your
rubbed
wiener,
his
dog?
wiener.
Yeah, there was that too.
That was that too.
All right. I think Blind Justice wanted a different panel tonight than this one, so I'm gonna shut up.
No, you guys are good. That's why, we didn't really have a specific topic in mind. We, I don't know if anybody caught the thumbnail and the title, but
I did.
I did it. What was the thumbnail? I never catch the thumbnail. I see Blind Justice, I see Jeff, and I come. What was the thumbnail?
What'd you put up there?
I put a paneled station wagon, and are we there yet? And the title was.
I was saying that for 2 days driving back from Colorado. Oh my God! It took us 2.5 days to get back. It was crazy.
So there you go. It's appropriate that you guys at Roadtrip are up on our Roadtrip panel.
That's right.
Right? I seen that thumbnail. I'm like, hell, that's the damn panel I want to be on. On a serious note, I really enjoyed hanging out with Eric Fuck the Cops Brett and Joe Cool, HRP News. I can't name them all because it was like 28 different people there, man.
Wow.
It was freaking awesome. I had a ball. Liberty Bird 303. Liberty Bird let us inside his house. Checked out his awesome freaking house that he all the wood design and stuff in there, paintings that he paints himself. I mean, he's a freaking awesome guy, man. If y'all don't know who Liberty Bird is, that's one cool cat, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, I spent a night or two at his house.
Yeah, right. What's up, Chris?
Did you get any audits done on your way up or back?
No, man. Hey, I thought I broke my foot. Like the day we was out there holding signs with Eric and all them, I walked back to my truck and felt something pop in my foot, and I thought I broke it. But I actually tore some ligaments in the bottom of my foot. And this freaking
It was loud. We could hear it.
Oh man, it was gruesome. Take this boot out. Hang on, I gotta show you this boot.
You have one of our boots?
This damn boot is huge. I don't know if I can do it now because I got my snap camera running.
I got a couple cop watches up there, Blind Justice. One of them I posted. I got a video up.
All right.
Did he just disappear when he went to get his boot?
Yeah, he gave himself the boot apparently.
Yeah, he booted himself apparently. Blind Justice, I missed everything, and I hate to have you rehash shit. I'm sure y'all talked all about the jail shit and everything. But how long were you in there? You bonded out. What time of day did they come get you out? Did you know that you were getting out beforehand?
No, that's a good question. So, they arrested me on the courthouse steps trying to get entrance to the court.
That part I saw.
Right. And it was a failure to appear to court. the same guys that blocked me from going into court arrested me for not going into court. And then they crazy, right? And they didn't take me before the judge. I didn't pass go. I didn't get $200. They took me straight to jail. And then threw me in a bright room, had a migraine, wasn't able to move well enough to eat. So then
Hey guys, my lawyer's calling. I got to step out.
All right,
buddy.
Love you, Eric. So that was Tuesday. I asked for a nurse as I knew my head was getting worse and worse, and they refused to give me a nurse. So then migraine hit, and Wednesday they said, "Hey, we're going to get you a doctor. We're going to take you to a doctor." And then they transported me somewhere. It was like an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. Hour 30, hour 45 minutes. And then nobody told me where I was for a couple of days, and I found out that they moved me to a maximum security prison. And I was 10 days there in isolation, and yeah, it's pretty bad.
Is that shit even legal?
No.
Absolutely.
Justice, didn't they not allow you to talk to him for like days?
That 10 days they wouldn't allow me. Well, actually, for her it was like 11 days before they were able to talk to me. And then you asked me if they told me that I was being released.
Getting out.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So they didn't tell me anything. Yeah, no. Yeah.
And they picked you up?
So no, it was bad, right? So the isolation little box they had
Damn, Chris, Jesus. He's making lunch.
Chris,
yeah. You can kind of make out some stuff, but there's a lot of reverberation, a lot of echoes and stuff that for trying to pick out what noise was outside of the little box that they had me isolated in. And so I got bits and pieces. I heard somebody say the word bond. I heard I thought, but then you start, your mind starts playing tricks on you. Like, did I really hear him say the word bond?
Hey, let me interrupt you. Speaking of bond, your wife told us that you say, "Hey, let me stay and let me sit," which is the same shit I tell my people. But at some point, when you like, babe, you can come get me now. Did that ever cross your head?
So the biggest concern was, there's a few concerns. My primary concern was I had no contact with her and the kids, and before they arrested me, there was still pretty active harassment and death threats here at the house. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but I figured she would take the kids out of the county to family, which she did.
And she got that bad?
Yeah.
See, that's why you got ghetto friends, you knucklehead. You supposed to sit for me.
Yeah. So then I don't know. We have this really deep connection. We're all connected. All humanity is connected. But when you have a bond, like we have, and we've been together a couple of decades, I knew, even though I was a couple hours away from her at that point, because she'd moved further away to a different county, and even though I was trapped inside a box, in a maximum security prison, I knew something was seriously wrong. Like, she was hurting, like that. Yeah.
She was not. Okay.
Oh, look at you, cats.
Yeah. So,
Justice, this is a little switch of gears here. You said we're all connected. Everyone is connected. Do you also believe we all make up one individual? Because that's something I believe.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I think we're all I don't know.
A whole.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think different ways of communicating that is, that I'm the universe experiencing a man, and so are you.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just experiencing things from different perspectives, but we're all part of the same whole. Yeah. So
I would agree.
yeah.
Me and my friend Joni, you probably know Joni Rotten. We came up with a dope ass analogy, if that's the proper word, to describe that. We say we enter a dark room, and there is this massive statue of an elephant in front of us. We can't see a thing. You approach from one end, I approach from the other. I'm feeling his ass. I'm saying it's smooth, it's round. You're feeling a touch. You saying no, it's sharp. We're looking at the same things from different perspectives, but it's the same thing. I think
Right.
that's what's going on here with man, religion, life, all of these things. We think we got a handle on it and all of that. You call it Buddha, Christ, Allah, God, Jehovah, whatever. We are seeing the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of I think where we kind of really mess up is when people get very closed-minded about, it's their way or no way, and
Agreed.
then
Yeah, I would agree with that shit. In fact, that's where communication is. And when communication ends, you become stagnant. But yes, some people, if you don't agree with them or see their opinion, you cannot move on. You cannot move forward. They are
yeah,
going to insist and keep explaining it, and not explaining it well and in different terms, just restating the same damn thing over and over. Like you said, at some point supposed to come over to their side, and if you don't, some people, you're the enemy. It's weird.
Yeah. Do you know what the word compassion means if you break it down from its roots?
I never thought about it, but if you say compass is in there, I'm gonna lose it.
No, so like the word passion goes back to like passion, which is suffering, and then the prefix, com, is like in community, right? Communication. That just means with. So compassion literally means to suffer with.
Whoa!
So in prison, like I became aware of a whole realm of suffering that I was previously mostly ignorant to.
Okay.
And so now I have, more compassion, more understanding of the suffering of people in prison. So because I was there suffering with them, even though it was only 10 days.
No, I understand. Yeah. No.
So in total,
are you saying that you need to share an experience with someone to have compassion for them or their situation?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
That was dope. That was dope.
I'm not saying that at all. It's not a prerequisite to have compassion. I think understanding is a prerequisite to have compassion. That you understand the suffering that somebody's going through. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to firsthand experience to understand that. I think.
Does that mean that it's incumbent upon you to educate yourself to other people's plights? Is that what that means?
Maybe. I think we would have way more compassion for one another if we did that, Joe.
Agreed. It may even be an obligation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you have the firsthand suffering that another has, I think the level of understanding that you have for that type of suffering is deeper.
Then the converse is also true. Like I heard about how the Muslims, they blindfold you because they don't want to look in your eyes because it'll humanize you. Then the converse is also true.
Yeah.
If you separate yourself from a person and can remain compassionless, you can do a lot of harm to that person.
That's why you're given a number, in prison. That's why you're given. That's why you're given a number. That's why you're given a serial number in the military. That's why you're addressed by the last name. That's why the same thing in law enforcement, right? it's the dehumanization and part of the programming to not find a commonality. Yeah.
Yes, all right. Let me ask you this, motherfucker, since you so sharp tonight. Is there really a way, in the sense that we're talking right now, to get through to a cop? You know, is that a fool's task? Because the way they think, the way they're programmed, like we're talking about. Can you overcome that shit verbally without stabbing a nigga?
Yes, and but I'm this like eternal optimist. I know maybe it doesn't sound like it at times, especially if you go back to the beginning of this.
Me as well.
But
me as well. Go ahead.
I guess the source of my activism, is because as bad as policing is in America, you can take as bad as you've seen the videos all over the internet, the abuse, the brutality. Like I did far worse than that. In the military, in my following orders, in my blindness, my illusion of morality that I was following, caused great suffering and destruction upon humans and humanity. And but I don't think anybody is beyond redemption. I don't think anyone's beyond waking up. Now, whether you can do that in a conversation, I don't know. It just depends on where they are in their journey. If they're at the precipice, if they're on the edge of taking that leap, and your conversation may be just a little bit of the nudge that they need to do it. Sometimes it has to be a kind of like a cognitive override, like a kind of a verbal judo, like where they shut down for a minute, where their programming is like set aside and they just are left with something so impactful that it's just they don't know how to process it, and it's just they're stuck on it. So it may not even happen in that moment, but that seed, that virus that you put in there of truth, is going to spread. It's going to and
you suddenly have an opportunity. That is your opportunity if you can do that. If you can overcome that cognitive dissonance for a second, put it to the side, you have an opportunity.
Yeah. But again, I think it's super dangerous. You missed earlier. She played the clip from The Matrix, the movie The Matrix, where Morpheus is walking Neo through what he thinks is, inside the Matrix, a busy street, and he's like passing and getting bumped into everybody, and then he's like, "Are you paying attention? Are you looking at the woman in the red dress?"
Right.
And then he has him look again. It's an agent. And we talked about that a little bit. That the Morpheus' little speech he gives is like, if you're not one of us, you're one of them. You're an enemy. You've been overridden. You've been programmed. You've been brainwashed into supporting your masters. The ones that enslave you, and that's what we're up against. Like, we're up against that level of programming where they're not actually thinking for themselves. They're not actually just like I didn't. I thought I was thinking. There's an interesting analogy you can look at with AI. Does AI know that it's thinking, or can AI think? And we can clearly say, yeah, it can think in some sense, and that it's been programmed, right? So
in some sense, yeah,
right. It tells you it can think, right? If it can tell you I'm thinking, does that mean it's thinking, right? I would argue no. It was programmed to tell you it was thinking.
I would agree.
So it's the same thing with the human being, right? If people have been programmed and they can tell you, well, I'm thinking for myself. Are they actually, or is it just a program that they're running off of?
I tell motherfuckers all the time, it's just instinct. It's just the reaction that you've learned.
Okay.
Kathy was here. She keeps talking, though. I'm going to add Chris and Kathy to this stream. Kathy, I'm going to mute you guys. Well, you're up. It's okay.
Kathy.
It's just Kathy, so I don't know.
Hello, Blind Justice.
Hi, welcome.
And we got
Yes, I know we are seeing different opinions on the issue that y'all were discussing. And I agree with the First Amendment right. My dad was a Vietnam vet. I grew up in a vet home, military style. And I know what disabilities are, and I do not put no disabilities down by no means. And I'm not saying blind. I ain't saying he's not blind. Only the good Lord knows.
So I need to stop you for a second because he hasn't been reading the chat. So if you're speaking specifically about anything that's been going on in the chat, like he's pretty much clueless. So just so you know.
I'm clueless as well, by the way.
So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
But what I'm saying is I agree with y'all's First Amendment rights. I've lived here 48 years and I've known some of the best cops, and I'm not saying there's not bad cops out there. I would never say that because I have seen bad cops. But as far as this area here, I have never seen it in all my 48 years of living here.
Yeah. You've never seen what?
A bad
I have
cop.
never seen any bad cops here in this area. I have lived here 48 years.
What area is that?
I live in Stoneville. I grew up in Madison. I lived right here in Stoneville my whole life. I grew up in Madison, Marion, and Stoneville.
Okay. Do you think that? Well, let's figure out. What do you think is a bad cop?
Someone that wants to put justice in their own hands.
Okay. So if they're breaking the law, would that make them a bad cop?
If they're breaking the law, yes, sir. I agree with that totally.
Okay. So do you think that one person has the legal right or authority to threaten another person?
No, I do not believe in so.
Okay. Because that's against the law, right? Communicating a threat. What if the person threatens to smash somebody else's property, to break somebody's property?
I understand. I watched the whole video of that night. I know exactly the area y'all was parked at. I mean, I understand all that.
Okay, so is it against the law for one person to threaten to break somebody else's property?
Depending on the situation, I'm not saying y'all was doing anything wrong that night. I'm not God. I'm not judging nobody.
Well, no, I think we were having a fruitful conversation, but now you're not wanting to answer the question. I think you already answered that.
I don't think no one has the right to tear up anybody's property.
Okay, all right. So then, if they're wearing a cop uniform and they threaten to smash somebody's property, that's against the law, correct?
Suddenly,
it don't matter
depends on the circumstance. Suddenly,
wait a minute, no,
it's not okay.
No,
it's
what I am saying, I don't listen. I do not agree. I don't care what uniform you're wearing. If it's a cop, EMT, military, I don't care who you are. You don't have a right to tear up nobody else's property. No, you don't.
Okay. So that's what happened. There was no crime, and even they admitted it from the stand. They witnessed no crime prior to contact with us, right? And so they had no legal authority to even stop Mrs. Justice in the van, but he did anyway. So that's illegal. It's an illegal detention.
You saw the video. Were they bad cops, Kathy?
The cop that was dealing with him that night, I do not know personally.
No, I'm not asking Jason. You know personally. From their actions, were they a bad cop?
As far as what they were doing to them, I don't agree with his tactics that night.
Ooh, what about the other cops? What about the other people who witnessed the report and said nothing? Were they bad cops?
I'm not saying none of that.
I know.
Well, it's kind of an important aspect here. If you're not willing to really truly examine it and take a position there, I'm not sure what other conversation we can have because it kind of
be nice.
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm listening to y'all's view. I am listening to y'all's view, but you got to understand the view of the cops too.
Good girl.
I mean,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right,
Explain on.
but okay, let me ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
Let me ask Blind Justice, and this is for Mr. Blind Justice.
Yeah,
You
Joe,
was in the
let's let these
military,
two
right?
talk.
Okay, were you in the military? Okay, you was in the military, correct?
Yeah. How is that relevant to whether or not
I'm getting ready to explain. I'm getting ready to explain it. All right, when you was in the military, you had a uniform on, correct?
Sometimes no.
Okay, when you had that military uniform, you was going through Iraq or wherever you were stationed at. Your orders were to not slow down. You had to do what you had to do. Some of the cops has got to do what they got to do.
That is not
So
protect themselves.
there's an issue with that, and in the military, you're actually given briefs very frequently. I think it's annually, sometimes more frequent than that. And one of those is, it's kind of just ingrained into you. I don't think anybody really, sadly, I don't think anybody really stopped to consider what that briefing was about, because most of the times everybody just kind of went to them and, rolled their eyes and tried to just shut up to let it get over fast enough.
Well, you had to do what you had to do. You had to look at that two ways.
Hold on, Kathy. So that briefing I'm talking about specifically is, it is your duty to not follow unlawful orders. It is your duty to not just not follow them, but to tell the people to your left and your right, hey, this is wrong, this is unlawful, let's not do this. And then tell the person who issued the order, hey, this is unlawful. And if they don't recant, if they don't withdraw that order, then you go to the next level up. You go up the chain and say, hey, these orders are unlawful. We cannot follow these. It's your duty to do that.
It's your duty as a police. It don't change nothing.
But you have to learn. You had to obey laws, or you had to disobey laws. But if you disobeyed those rules that was given to you, it was a chance that you was to kill or be killed. I know how my dad was
Kathy,
in
let me ask
Vietnam.
you.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Kathy, if you are giving orders as a cop or a military person that conflict with the law and even morality, say, and you do those things, are you a bad cop?
I didn't quite get the question.
All right, if you're a cop or in the military and you have to do something that's against the law or immoral, does that make you a bad cop if you do those things?
And it depends on the situation. Because my dad had to do a lot of immoral things down at Vietnam.
Hold on. You keep saying had to. And in saying that, you're taking away personal responsibility and personal choice. So now there may have been dire consequences if he had stood up and said, no, this is immoral. I will not do this. And he might have died for it. So yes, there may have been severe consequences to standing up and saying no, but you have a choice.
But he had
everybody, you're correct. You're correct. Everybody has a choice.
So
and it's just everybody has
don't
to
say
live.
He had to. That's what she's saying.
Everybody
don't say he had to.
Just like he has to live with his choices he made and his decisions he made that night.
Good girl.
Well, sure, live with your decisions.
He has to live for his decisions just like anybody else.
Yes.
But I do not agree with coming into a whole community and giving our community hell for what one person done.
For example, I'm not
to
sure
be
I
fair,
understand
I've
what
been
you
told
mean.
several times
everybody
by both Mr.
here
and Mrs. Justice that the town of Madison is a wonderful town. And that it was the people from outside of town that came into town to attack them when they were out expressing their First Amendment right for free speech. The Nazis
That's what you're talking about, Kathy,
were probably some good people, but they did horrible things. And when they stood in front of the world court and they said, I was just following orders, how did that go for them?
The Nuremberg defense.
So you live in Madison?
Who?
You don't.
You said, yeah,
I
you
do
said you live in
not.
Stoneville, right?
Did he say he does live in Madison or he doesn't?
How is it relevant?
I do not live in Madison.
Oh,
I'm curious.
okay. But I'm just
But
saying, you know,
I have heard
it seems
wonderful
like
things about it from Mr. and Mrs. Justice.
Madison is a wonderful town. We, you know, we all grew up together. A lot of this community knows everybody.
Yeah, it's
And
just the
once you
cops
screw
that
with
suck.
one,
Let me
you
lay
know,
this on you, Kathy. Let me lay this on you. That may be a deficit. The fact that everybody grew up there, knows everybody there, it may make people uncomfortable when other types of people come in. It may lead them to a philosophy of, you're not from here, you don't belong here. I'm
no,
wondering
we
if
welcome.
I come
We
there and I
welcome.
move in and I play my music with my friends, if suddenly the police don't treat me different, the same way the people would treat me different if I come in with my fucking beliefs and loud music.
Well, we welcome everybody. Trust me, we
Yeah,
jam
they
out here
welcome them
anyway.
niggas with them signs.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not prejudiced by no means. I welcome any race. My little
What
boy I
about the
adopted.
masses that you were just speaking for? You were just speaking for everybody. This is a good town. We.
Right,
Now
it
you're
is a
talking
good
about
time.
you. Let's go back to we. We did not welcome them guys with those signs. Yeah?
I did not. I never said. I never came to them. They've got me on video in front of the municipal building that day. I never tried to hurt him, or I spoke my mind that day
Not just talking
because
about you, talking about the whole town, just saying.
I can't
Maybe
speak for the whole town. I can
you
speak for
did. You
myself.
just said the whole town was good. You just spoke for the whole town.
The whole town is good, but just because one person bad don't mean the rest of us are.
The whole.
Well, y'all have a good night.
No,
Okay.
it's we are alike us three. I see it now.
She's there.
No, she just cut her stuff. She ran.
It's
Talking out of both sides.
we were actually, it's interesting. We were just talking about people that are so ingrained in the matrix that they would defend their masters, you know, and that's a prime example.
Even absent logic. Even absent logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just would not admit that the actions of those guys were wrong, that would make them a bad cop. She even said if they're breaking the law, they're a bad cop. Like, okay, is it against the law to threaten somebody? Yes. And then she said, yeah, I know they threatened you. Okay, so then A plus B equals C, and we already established what that is. Like, makes them a bad cop, right? By your agreed definition. And she just wouldn't say it. It's really hard to overcome that programming, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you've lived in the same town or area your whole life, which means you're probably talking in the same circle, likely have the same opinions of your friends because you had the same friends for 48 years or whatever it was. Like, it's really hard to break out of pattern thinking. Like, that's really, really challenging. Her willing to come up here is that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So talk to her for
I'm sorry. My girl is texting me. My girl is texting me. I'm getting a lot of texts. Let me hop off. I can't text and stay on here. I'll be back.
All right. I'm about done anyway. Anybody else?
I've got Chris still in here.
Chris, do you have any closing thoughts?
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
I can now. I can turn you up more.
Okay. My screen's froze up and it still has everybody on the panel and the mic. So anyways, I'll let you guys go. Have a good night. Hopefully Kathy will come back and talk to you guys one-on-one without interruptions.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier.
So
all right, man. Have a good night.
Go ahead and kick me out. I can't leave.
I got
my
you.
screen's froze. But have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Anything from the chat you need to address? Any questions or super chats or anything?
I haven't seen super chat tonight come up. I saw that one super sticker earlier I mentioned.
Sticker, okay.
That was the beginning. So, but beyond that, I haven't seen anything else pop up. If you gave a super chat and I didn't see it, thank you very much, and I'm sorry that I missed it. But all right, I think yeah, they're just chatting about. Can't change somebody's mind that's in that deep and different things like that. Like it's
all right. Well, thanks for stopping by. It wasn't totally entertaining, but it was just wanted to spend some time with you guys talking community, maybe hear from some people. So thank you for participating. You have a lovely evening or day or morning, whatever time may be, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
And peace and love. Dale Presley Bear.